Hey y'all. So let's talk about endorsing fear. And we all do it. We all endorse it within ourselves by allowing something to freeze us from moving forward. You know, a prime example of that was I really wanted to get back into the gym. It's been a decade and my body is screaming for weight resistance because of age and just gravity defying and muscle tone and strength, right? So as much as I resist exercise, I forced myself to go join this gym. But then I looked around at all the machinery and it was so intimidating and so electronic. And then I'd have to carry my phone around so that I could use the Q codes on the machines that I just allowed months to go by. And I used the excuse of, well, I'm in another course study and I've got to finish that exam and then that state exam. Then I'll do it. Well, guess what? I finished all that, exams passed this week, and something inside me clicked and said, you are freed up now to get to the gym. So I went to the gym and I asked for help. And I said, this equipment is a little intimidating to me, but I must overcome my fears. And they said, did you know that we have introduction training and all this other stuff available to you? I said, well, your website said you don't or can't bring in a trainer. And it said, no, we provide it for you because we make it more of a neutral atmosphere so no one's intimidated. And so this happened to be a new state-of-the-art Planet Fitness, not too far from my house, that also had the spa. And it was one of the things that drew me to it, was the price and the fact that everything was new and the fact that they had every single thing there as well as the spa thing. So today I made myself get in the car and go there. I found out all this information. I felt so much better. I made an appointment for a day off this week and it made me feel fantastic. So I was using sort of my excuse-itis of why my time would not allow me to start a program that really, if I looked into it, I was a little fearful to start. But I don't let fear freeze me. Eventually, I'm going to step up and go, okay, I've got to learn this. It's intimidating as hell. How do I do this? Now, how else can fear be endorsed? Fear can be endorsed by listening to all these platforms of information that may instill you're not good enough, you don't have enough information, you need to follow us, you should take this course, this and this is going to occur, there's going to be multiple earths, which side of the fence do you stand on as far as this belief and that belief? You are endorsing fear. You're endorsing it. Whether you feed to one side or the other, you're endorsing fear because you're allowing separation of humanity to occur on these platforms, that even if you don't stand to one side or the other, you feel divided because you're not really sure where you fit in. So you're endorsing fear in that way. The other is, when there is something happening in the world and you cannot do anything about it, but yet you listen to it and you allow it to debilitate you, i.e. the news, for God's sake. You're endorsing any kind of news or any kind of programming that's putting out anything, then you know there's absolutely nothing that you can do about it. So it leaves you with a visceral response. And let's talk about what we want to call the new movie that's out right now. It's bringing awareness to the most horrific crimes. And that movie doesn't even touch the reality of what it really is. And it's left some people not wanting to see it because they don't want that in their energy fields. And then, so there's a fear there. I don't want it in my energy fields, therefore I'm not going to go see it. And then there's people that are going to go see it and they're going to be so horrifically astounded that they're going to carry it in their energy fields. It's going to create densification of your frequency because there's nothing you can do about it. And then there's those who will go see it and say, wow, that brought more clarity to something that I did not realize was so prevalent in our worlds. And now, because of that, I'm going to become more aware of my surroundings and what is happening with the children's around my surroundings. But I'm not going to endorse the fear of it, where I am looking for constant suspicious activity occurring and I can't do anything about it. Because you will hear about heroic people. There was just something on this morning, and I just happened to be driving and thought I'd listen to it, and it was about a pedestrian who saw a child being taken off their bike and thrown into a car, and he jumped into action and he reached for his keys and he began to follow the car as he called 911, right? So as I listened to this, it made my stomach plummet and it made me cry because of the sadness that it's happening. And there was nothing I could do about that particular situation. And then it made me sad enough to feel like I wanted to withdraw from all the insanity that goes into this world and just go out to a mountain and live under one tree. You know what I'm saying? But that's not how we live our life. We have to filter the energy, live it through, understanding that if we can keep our anchor strong, we can hopefully help in situations where it will require a step up. Because what that man did, most people won't do. I'm telling you. People will say, oh, I would do this in this situation. I say, shut your fat face. Because when the situation happens, I can promise you 99.9% of the people who say they're going to do what they would do in a situation would not do it. Because they freeze in the fear. Right? They're all talking absolutely zero action. So with all that being said, there is a natural frequency for fear. And some of that is a cautiousness. And a lot of that can be brought on by the ego for protection. Fantastic. A lot of that is just the way we're wired or taught by maybe a generation before us. So each person carries the fear frequency a little bit differently. And if you're carrying something from a past life around with you and you don't know that you're carrying it around, that fear frequency could be amplified and trigger emotions and lack of action or overaction because you haven't dissected and filtered through it. So by ignoring things, you're endorsing frequencies of fear. You're endorsing it. And, we are what we think, we are what we say, we are what we do. And the more of the thought and the more of the do and the more of what we are, the more we become that of which we are. And this climate right now is bringing awareness to many different things that are happening on the world and in the world that you can't do anything about. You just become aware of it. You allow the energies to filter through you. You say, please make me the strongest anchor so that anything that comes my way, around me, through me, to me, it is for me to understand that I'm strong enough to respond, react, sit still, or whatever it is that is necessary. Because much of what is occurring right now is this overstimulation of information that is literally short-circuiting every microscopic fiber of your body. So your autonomic nervous system that takes all the messages everywhere is so bogged down, it doesn't even get the messages where they need to go. It gets short-circuited before there's a complete feedback loop for a response or reaction, anything. So in doing that, you're still endorsing fear because you're allowing that to occur. So I would strongly suggest that you take today and you say, okay, divine creator of the universe, whatever you want to believe in, I believe in the divine creator of my own universe as me, myself, and I of the universe. Help me to be the strongest that I can be through my breath, through setting my intention. That I will just anchor in and just pay attention peripherally what is occurring to me, pay attention to my 10 and 2, stay in my lane while I'm driving, and be aware of the frequencies that are filtering through my body and what each of those frequencies mean. Because sometimes something very exciting can come along that can be interpreted as a fear because it feels uncomfortable or bizarre or it's a little hyper intensive, and you interpret it as fear, and all of a sudden your nervous system is every which way, okay? Also, we know full well what television does to children sitting too close. We know what these video games do to children, constantly playing with them. We know what it does to us as an adult, being in front of a computer or an electronic all day long. It will absolutely zap, zigzag, and short circuit every little bit of your electromagnetic self. So you've got to go out and filter in nature. You've got to step away from the things that are endorsing fear. And so fear will create disruptions in your frequency. So then by the end of day, week, month, year, you have no freaking clue who you are in the universe. So make today your due diligence to pay attention to your thoughts, to your actions, and what it is that you do, so that it is not debilitating, even in the minutest amount, okay? And make the changes within yourself today to just be the best that you can possibly be, and the awareness that you can possibly be, and trust that your inner computer system, your divine all of this, your hardware, that what needs to come through will come through for you. All right? So if I can help you on this journey, maybe empty out the storage bins for maybe some fear that it's interfering with your frequencies, by all means, embodimentofthesoul.com. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, and share this video. So much love. Bye.